Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the introduction to the rail skeletons for your outpost seats. These are designed so that you have, no matter of the orientation of your rail systems, wherever you need to put your factories around, you can, no matter how, you can always keep the orientation of your outposts the same, right? Always facing north-south, so you'll always be greeted with a familiar picture. And obviously this part is where your outpost goes. This part is, let's actually go down to the, here. So these are your initial stackers. On the left side you have the inbound stacker, and on the right side you have the outbound stacker. And this is just for your builder trains and your artillery and such. These are not for resources. So in here you would place these with the center pole here, or the center pole of the line, probably on a crossing of 4 chunks. And if you place a outpost here, it is connected automatically to the global network. And the roboports will naturally build out the stackers if you add more stackers, which you can do with the inbound and outbound expansion stackers. You simply add these. Let's try that. Let's simply add these. You line up the power poles at the top, and then you simply put these down, right? You can have multiples of these next to each other, each one feeding its own resource to your stations. These are designed for somewhat high throughput. So trains still have to enter serially, but it's simply one train after the other going through, and they just pass through the stacker unless the stations are getting filled up. In which case there's, for every stacker has 8 slots, 4 at the bottom, and once these are filled up, 4 at the top. And these are designed in such a way that when a train comes in, occupies the slot, these circuit closed rail signals make a train prefer the next path over instead, because this one is now basically 4,000 units long, right? This is 4 signals have been closed with circuit conditions. So this path is now 4,000 tiles long compared to the 3 segments it actually is, or 4 segments it actually is. So the next train that comes in will prefer this one, and then this one, and so on. Well, maybe the other way around. And up here we have the same story again. So you can fit 8 1-for-1 trains in here, or 2-4 trains. This is what the initial step 2 seed looks like. So this is the one you start with. It's just got enough space for your outpost. And once you've completed your outpost, step 1 and 2, you start building the actual stations down here. Right, and you just put these, let's say if you want loading stations, you just copy that in here, and then another one down here. And I'll show you how to use that in more detail later in an actual how to use video. Right. I'll go into more detail on what this is later as well. And over here you have essentially the same system again, just with a bigger square. And this square is used only, or that's how I intended it, only for the spacious version of the depot. I mean, you can of course do with it whatever you want, right? But this is meant so that if you prefer the spacious version, you can essentially do the same thing for your depot. And I will also explain what these are about later on. All right, that's it for the rail skeleton seats. Thank you for watching.